High above the clouds, there was a magical world floating in the light of a rainbow. The name of that magical world was Nilavanam. Tiny fairies lived inside beautiful flowers. Every morning, they used their magic to make the flowers bloom. Among all the fairies, there was one who was the most playful and the most adorable. Her name was Minnie. Minnie had big, sparkling blue eyes. She had glowing golden wings. Whenever she smiled, tiny, shining stars floated all around her. But Minnie had one special secret friend, a tiny, glowing rabbit. His name was Poppy. Poppy had soft, cloud-like ears. Whenever he ran, sparkling fairy dust floated behind him. Minnie and Poppy were always together. One beautiful morning, the other fairies were busy making flowers bloom with their magic. But Minnie couldn't stay still. She happily tossed her magical fairy dust into the air. Instantly, the flowers began to sing.
We sing with glee, our petals glow for all who've seen it and can.
The butterflies started dancing. Even the trees burst into cheerful laughter. Every fairy stood frozen in surprise. But Minnie simply laughed with delight. Just then, the elder fairy flew toward her and said angrily, "Minnie, your magic always causes trouble." Minnie lowered her head sadly. Seeing her upset, Poppy gently reached out and touched her hand. That night, Minnie and Poppy were playing in the moonlit, enchanted forest. Suddenly, Poppy stopped beside a huge, ancient tree. A mysterious blue light was glowing from inside its hollow trunk. Curious, Minnie slowly walked inside. Floating in the center was a brilliant, glowing blue crystal. Ancient magical symbols circled around it. At that moment, a mysterious voice echoed through the tree. "Do not touch it." But Minnie slowly reached her hand. The moment her fingers touched the crystal, the entire sky lit up with brilliant blue light. Poppy became frightened and quickly hid behind Minnie. Then suddenly, a magical portal opened in the sky. Beyond the magical portal lay an extraordinary hidden world. There were floating, glowing lanterns in the sky, rivers that sang beautiful melodies, glowing, enchanted trees, magnificent butterfly palaces. Everything in that world was filled with magic. Minnie smiled with wonder and excitement. But after a few moments, she noticed something strange. The magical light of that world was slowly fading away. The flowers began to wither. The sky slowly turned dark. Minnie and Poppy were happily exploring the magical world. Suddenly, a loud, cracking sound echoed across the sky. Crack! The floating islands began to break apart. The magnificent crystal castles started shaking violently. Glowing rivers poured down from the sky like giant waterfalls. The fairy citizens screamed in fear. "Help us! Our world is falling apart!" Many looked around in shock. The entire magical world was slowly collapsing toward the ground. Just then, thick black smoke spread across the entire sky. From within the darkness, a terrifying voice echoed, "The light of this world is over." Instantly, a powerful dark curse swept across the kingdom. One by one, every fairy became trapped inside glowing magical water bubbles. Little fairy children cried in fear. Some floated helplessly high in the sky. Others began falling toward the ground. Many tried desperately to rescue them, but none of her fairy magic worked. Poppy looked at her with deep worry. Minnie used her fairy dust again and again, but not a single magical bubble broke. She sat on a broken floating island and began to cry. "I've failed. I couldn't save anyone." Tears rolled down her cheeks. Just then, Poppy gently touched her hand. At that very moment, the ancient light spirit appeared once again in the sky. It spoke softly. "Minnie, your true power is not in your magic. It is in your heart." Minnie slowly closed her eyes. She thought about everyone she wanted to save. She remembered her fairy friends. She remembered Poppy. At that very moment, a brilliant golden light burst from her heart. Her wings transformed into radiant rainbow crystal wings. The entire sky lit up with dazzling light. Poppy also began glowing with a beautiful blue light. High above, the ancient light star came back to life. Minnie soared high into the sky. Her new power illuminated the entire magical world. She stretched out both of her hands. Suddenly, powerful waves of golden light spread across the heavens. Every magical water bubble shattered. The trapped fairies were finally set free. Everyone thought the world was finally going to be saved, but suddenly, the dark star began to laugh. "You are too late, Minnie." At that moment, the entire sky shattered. A gigantic dark rift opened across the heavens. From inside the rift, thousands of shadow creatures started pouring into the world. The floating islands began falling, one after another. The fairies screamed in fear. "It's over! We can't stop this!" Minnie looked up. At that moment, she discovered a terrifying truth. The dark star was not the one destroying the world. It was only a gateway. The real monster was still inside. Deep within the dark rift, a shadow creature larger than mountains emerged. Its eyes burned with a terrifying red glow. With a single powerful roar, the entire world trembled. All the fairies began to lose hope. Even Minnie was afraid for a few moments, but then she looked down. Thousands of fairies were standing there, believing in her. Poppy stood beside her. At that moment, Minnie let go of her fear. She flew to the highest point in the sky. Then she shouted loud enough for the entire world to hear, "As long as I'm here, no one can touch this world." With those words, her wings shined brighter than the sun. A magnificent rainbow power exploded from her heart. The entire sky was filled with golden light. The power of every fairy flowed into Minnie. She was not alone. The hope of the entire world was with her. Then Minnie flew toward the monster at lightning speed. one attack of pure light, one unforgettable moment. The entire sky was covered in brilliant white light. A few moments later, the monster had disappeared. The dark rift was closed. The world was saved. All the fairies looked up in amazement. Minnie stood glowing in the sky. At that moment, she was no longer an ordinary fairy. She spread all of her magical fairy dust across the sky. Suddenly, the flowers bloomed once again. The rivers started singing again. The sky transformed into beautiful rainbow colors. The faded star began to shine brightly once more. All the fairies cheered with happiness. "Minnie! Minnie! Minnie!" Their voices echoed throughout the sky. Poppy jumped around with joy. The little fairies flew around Minnie. They showered her with beautiful flower petals from the heavens. Minnie smiled shyly. "I didn't do this alone. All of you gave me the courage to keep going," she said. After returning to Nilavanam, all the other fairies apologized to Minnie. They said, "Your magic is not a problem. It is the light of hope." From that day onward, Minnie was called the Light Dust Fairy. Every night, whenever a golden light flies across the sky, it is a sign that Minnie and Poppy have come to spread happiness and magic.
Did you enjoy our magical adventure? Which moment did you like the most? Tell us in the comments below. Don't forget to unsubscribe for more magical fairies. See you in the next magical story.